browse furrowed and questions and notes and things, which is great. We really do want to have a chance to have engagement with you, because we're really here to try to, start a conversation going, and not necessarily give all the answers, because the answers that really are going to count are the ones that you come up with when you figure out what the strategy is for this region. So thanks to John Harper for the invitation. Really glad to have a chance to be in partnership with the University of California and the County of Mendocino. And one of our roles is really putting the knowledge into action. And we do that some by translating some of the research that's going on campus, but also bringing in specialized partners like Kathy and John to work together with us. So I'm going to try to do a couple things here, actually, 3 things with you today. I'm going to try to provide a range of models of ways that the county itself, county government, can be kind of a proactive player in this community economic development to take advantage of the targets of opportunity that John was talking about. I'm going to suggest kind of a comprehensive view of economic development. I'm taking into account a number of factors that sometimes might not be considered part of economic development, and then introduce a range of resources from the University of California that could be of help to you if you so desire. Kathy talked about the rain barrel. That's a great phrase and a great image. I just want to throw out another kind of image to help in your thinking. And this is this idea from colleagues of ours, Neil and Jan Flora, called community capitals. And it's really thinking about that economic development, particularly in rural areas, but communities in general, depend on multiple kinds of resources. It's not just financial resources, not just the built infrastructure, but it's thinking about natural capital, the natural resources, the environment, cultural capital, the ideas, the identities, the ways that people come together, celebrate who they are, the human capital, issues of education and skills that are in the community. Social capital is really the relationships, the networks, the ability for people to get things done, to come to consensus together. Political capital, the ability to sort of mobilize power on behalf of hopefully shared aims. And so I'm putting this out there not to go into much detail on it, but just to suggest when we're thinking about economic development, and which is really kind of one subset of community development, that these broad sets of issues might be useful to consider. Again, as John said, some of these things you have direct lever points on, others are less direct. Okay, so 3 basic ways that county governments can be involved in community development. They can serve as catalysts for a broad consensus on vision and goals for community well-being. What is it that we really want to be? Who is it that we are now? Who is it that we want to become as a community? And county governments can help play that kind of big tent role. They can promote the kinds of unique strengths and assets, again, these ideas of the targets of opportunity, kind of be the champion for those unique niches, those growing sectors. And they can look at their own operations and their own regulatory processes, policies, personnel, and think about how can we be allies for people who are trying to do economic innovation in our region, and to reduce counterproductive barriers. So I'm going to kind of go through these one by one. So first, this idea of catalysts for consensus. There's a basic idea that communities and counties, regions that succeed, are regions in which there's kind of broad buy-in, and that conflict over individual projects are not necessarily minimized, but are able to be worked with in a constructive way, so that there's front-end buy-in as opposed to having to face conflicts as projects go case by case. Also, it's been found in research and practice that regions that have broader buy-in of the range of constituencies, that there's not groups that feel cut off from the process, those are those are regions that tend to move ahead more quickly, and the county can play roles in that. And the example, I'll show a couple of examples, but one of these ideas, county economic summits, and I'm borrowing from my colleague, who's the John's counterpart in Marin County, Ellie Rilla, work that she did in Marin and Sonoma. So the idea with this was an agricultural summit, but it can be used. This model can be used in a variety of put that down. In a variety of industries. As John mentioned, the specialized ag, food, and beverage being was it 20% of the jobs, and I guess the current jobs as a target of opportunity is really a strategic competitive advantage for Mendocino County.